Hi guys, TJ the RC guy here, and I have an update on my Scx10. But first, I want to mention why I got rid of the barrage and what I didn't like about it. The main thing is the motor, or at least the motors you could get for it, were all weak and they just didn't have the power to run 4-inch 1.9 tires, let alone when they were soft from the foams getting wet and kind of rotting. Unfortunately, I live in Portland, that's a reality. And on top of that, basically nothing got rid of that torque twist. Four-linking it, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and it still just had torque twist bad. I even outbored the shocks, and it didn't seem to help. I tried running it drooped, didn't help. So, rolling down them hills, whenever it flipped, was a pain. I would have to toss my phone down and run after it to try to catch it, and I broke the body pretty good a few times. That's why I put the different body on it. And I just got tired of that. So I sold it off, and I seen this up for 150 bucks. I couldn't pass it up. So the other day, or yesterday in that video, this driveline popped off, and the reason is I had these upper links in here adjusted wrong. So the axle, the pumpkin was sitting too far this way, so the driveline was just barely together. So I kind of adjusted that. We'll see if that helps. Otherwise, it's been cut real short, so I'm going to see if I can get a different driveline from a friend. And I'm sure you noticed, I bet Having Fun will love this, I made a bed out of aluminum sheeting from a screen door, and it actually looks pretty good. It's not finished. I'm going to paint the outside black and leave the inside like it is, and then I'm going to make a little piece to go across the top here so it looks more like a bed. And it is bolted down, but my body is separate. And if you look in here, the spur is new. It's actually slightly smaller, so it had a 87 tooth on it that got chewed up because the bearings and the tranny turned out had a lot of play like this in the old transmission, which is actually right here. And you can see whoever had it epoxied it, and you can see the play in that thing. So rather than just replacing the bearings, my buddy had another transmission he hooked me up with for $5, and I put it together, reused my motor plate, my slipper assembly, and it's all good. I tested it out in the rain, didn't have an issue. Speaking of, this transmitter is pretty damn good. I like it. I was out in the pouring rain, didn't have any issues, didn't have to bag it, nothing, so that's good. And here's my charger, my battery that came with it. And I also moved my shocks. In the very first video you seen on them big rocks, I had them here. I moved them over here. And I got rid of the shock tower so I could put the bed on it. And it works. I mean, I got mad flex. That's plenty. So I will get this thing out on the trail as soon as the rain quits, and we'll see how it does then. I need to get a better ESC because you can see that Venom Burst is junk. It works, but I don't know for how long. And you can see my servo off my barrage in the front, which I did go through this and put longer screws here because it was so much torque it would actually move the servo around and twist. So I reinforced that a little bit, adjusted everything, and then my front axle was kind of like this. Turns out there's two different length ends on these links, and the person before me had two short ends on this side and two long on this side. So I flipped one short and one long, and now I'm running a straight axle. I've got my full steering, and it seems to be working great. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm not sure but I'm like 90% sure these are air filled, because I don't feel no foam in there and there's no breather. I'm pretty sure they're air filled tires and sealed beadlock wheels. So I ordered some tires for my barrage. They should be here hopefully by next month. They're from China, so God only knows how long it'll be. But when I get those, I'll pull these apart. I'm not going to mess with them because they work. I'm not going to screw them. So when I get the new tires, then I'll go ahead and pop these open and we'll see what's going on inside. But that feels like air to me. Great. I'll see you on the trail. Ta-ta for now.